Hello, this is Dave, and welcome to Equity Story. Here we've got the ASX 200, and as you can see, we ended slightly down today, but I think we are really saved by the banks and sort of BHP and some of the bigger resource plays that held the market up. I think otherwise we would have been a lot lower. I think it just shows our market is very, very, very nervous at the moment, and really looking for some sort of strong guidance from Wall Street. Like I've said, if we have a look at the Dow, we are pretty. The market tends to like to often hit levels before it sells off, but maybe it might have to hit this 19,000 level, even a little bit higher, before it does sell off. But we are pretty convinced the market is going to come off in the next 2 weeks. So, we're obviously did sell a lot of stocks back 2 months ago. We got the cash. We're waiting to hopefully get into some good shares at some good prices. I think for the last 2 years, Equity Story would pick the market. Generally speaking, you can read about on Einstein's trending blog. We picked the market generally absolutely brilliantly. Our general feel is at the moment, we're gonna have this sort of little fall. It's maybe 10%, but really we're very, very positive for next year. I think next year could be a real surprise. I mean, this is how. I mean, since we've opened Equity Story, this is how the market's traded. It's just been ugly as, and it's actually we've still managed to make 70% returns per year out of ASX 200 stocks. Although recently, some of these trends are not really kicking goals, but they will do. I mean, eventually, the good stories and the good trends will kick in. But as you can see here, this has been sort of 2 years of a really horrible sideways movement. I think if we can get that decent fall down and get this sort of nice slingshot move up, we can get some little momentum going, and possibly with Trump, obviously he's got some issues, but I think the market will eventually embrace what he's going to try and do, and I think next year could be a big surprise. After all, interest rates are still very, very low. Even though there's talk that these interest rates might go up, I do think it's going to take a while. Trump definitely is going to have to borrow about another $2-3 trillion to get his infrastructure plan up and going. So I don't think the interest rates are suddenly going to be 5%. I think it's going to be a more gradual process, be it though it's still going higher. And I think the market could have a good year next year. Really, to be honest with you, the stocks were trending at the moment. I mean, gold, surprisingly, it was starting to trend really badly, but gold did well today. Obviously, BHP is just holding pretty steady, and Domino's, had a good buy signal like we said on Friday. We got it on, and again, hopefully it'll have a little bit of move up and behave like she should do. Again, looks pretty good coming up here on a tough day. Obviously, in the green, I think that's an excellent sign. We did have some good news today on some of the, and I think again this just shows you the sentiment of the market. And if you look at little Lucapa Lom, the little diamond mine, this is a story we absolutely love. It's a diamond mine in Angola, and just get the announcement and just bring it over. There we go. What they've done actually, Lom, they've been finding a lot of big, massive diamonds, and one of these they sold for over $20 million. They've actually got a new recovery circuit in, which will actually, instead of possibly sort of maybe, I don't know what the smaller ones do, maybe chop these smaller diamonds up. This is especially formulated so it doesn't it recognizes the huge large diamonds they're finding, and hopefully they've got 20,000 cubic meters stockpiled at the moment. Hopefully there'll be some more big carat diamonds in that stockpile, and again I think it's quite exciting. They bought some more rigs on site. They bought a helicopter. They're looking for this source of the diamonds, and these are the sort of, to be honest, these are sort of 10 baggers we like at the moment. The market is really, really tough. That micro cap sector, I think anyone that's sort of I mean, we've made a lot of money there in the past, but it's really hard at the moment, and I said this to quite a few mums and dads recently. I think a lot of people got really hit last year, and companies that we made good money on because we cut out of them at the right time, things like sort of Refined and Norwood. A lot of people got really hit last year, and they're being ultra cautious. Whenever these sort of micro caps are having a run, they tend to get sold off. And I think it's just like we said, just the center of the market. But we like, so, generally speaking, we're looking for companies that have got revenue. For us, we feel it supports the share price. And again, La Capa, it's exciting. It's got a lot of revenue. They're finding a lot of diamonds. And obviously, if they find the source of these diamonds, then the company could the company could go anywhere. It could be a $4 or $5 stock pretty quickly. If you actually look at the chart of La Capa, it doesn't look actually too bad at all. Just show you here. Let's see a little bit better. And it is sort of pretty dramatic, but again, it's poked its head above those sort of trend lines. It's not looking too bad. I think it's a good possibility if she can get some good news in. She go back up to that sort of 50 cents level. And another stock, one of our other 10 baggers that we actually do really like as well, AHZ. They had another excellent announcement today. Actually, it was very, very good. They got given the they've got one product, and it's called CardioCell, and this is bringing them revenue. And we look at CardioCell and we look what and we feel the company's worth at least 70, 80 cents on CardioCell. I mean, I do understand that. I think there are some brokers that value this a lot higher, but of course, why do we like it? Again, for the same reason we like La Capa. It's got a revenue, it's got a product that's going to be making money for it, and of course, it's got the sort of the white swan event, which is that Dr. Fraser, if he finds a cure for herpes. Now, often, what's important with these little 10 baggers is don't trend them. If you're going to get into them, give them some time. I mean, these stories can take, they're startups. Sometimes it's great when they have a run, and we love that with Equity Story. They have a big run up, and we can sell half pretty quickly. But generally speaking, they need time, and often you find with these things, that when these stocks go, they'll go up quickly and really fast. And when that happens, then if you still feel the story's good, you've got to take advantage of it. I mean, I think AKP was the classic one. I mean, how long we were in that one for? About a year and a half. Audio Pixels, we sort of liked the story. It's doing nothing. I think we brought it up here, went down, and then bang, had that move up. And again, we sold this one a bit quickly, but we took good profits out of it. I think a lot of these real small caps, they are volatile, and I think at the moment, especially now, more than ever, you just need a little bit of patience. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for listening to Equity Story, and I look forward to bringing you the report tomorrow night. Good night.